Hello Wanderers and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Clan Stjarna. And as you can see here, as has been the case in the last couple of episodes, Jarl Kolbane is in the halls of power of the Roman Empire, as it were, and he has ingratiated himself here with the Emperor, and that has allowed him to arrange for a betrothal between his eldest son and the Emperor's daughter. That gives us a very close position to the seats of power, perhaps even just one step away should an accident or something terrible befall some of the Emperor's children. But we would have absolutely nothing to do with that, of course, and really we don't have the opportunity to do so just yet, but we will be keeping something like that in mind. Now, we are currently assisting our ally here in this war, but I do want to return our troops to Constanza in order to replenish them. Oh, what has happened here? Our daughter Geva has died. 18 years old, she died of typhus. And she died while she was pregnant. Oh, that's terrible. She did not deserve this. Critical stress break. We've been overwhelmed by stress. Well, I mean, I think we'll have to go on a drinking binge, will we not? Seems to be the only way. While we do that, and as you can see, our wife is pregnant, even at 43 years of age. Very impressive. While that is going on, we will raise our armies. We have increased our levy size here. As you can see, we have many more onagers and some increased Bondi and Varangian veterans to buff up our army a little bit. And that should provide us some assistance in the war. But we will need to keep an eye on things. Dynasty head's just changing over and over here. So be it. Can we engage the enemy army once we've given our troops a chance to build up? Indeed. Here we go. We would have the advantage here. Looks like army supplies running low. That's fine. Looks like we could probably take out the enemy army on our own here, and I think we're going to give it a shot. Let us see how well this goes. Obviously, Fokat is leading the army here, and he is doing a reasonably fine job, actually. The enemy army is running and dying beneath the blades of our Nordvina warriors, and with that we have successfully defeated the enemy army, as you can see here, sent them packing. We can siege down the conquered lands, or the lands captured by our enemy, and I think we'll do that. It's probably our best way of avoiding danger while still assisting our ally. Our tax assessors were built in Constanza, which is great. I would like to maybe spend some money developing the city here, and to that end I will build a trade port in Tulcha. That's going to give the mayor a little bit more money, and then he can start investing that in his own city. So that'll just help us out even more. Praise Saint Bridget, Benedicta has given birth to a perfect little daughter, Dala Eirikr. Very well. May you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter. And it seems our son has had a son as well. Eustachios, named after the emperor himself. Let's take a look at the boy. Oh, he is fecund, so that's a good trait. I mean, just means he's gonna have more kids, which, it's not the best trait, but any positive trait is good in my opinion, and it increases his life expectancy. So may you grow to be strong and wise, Eustachios. And look at that, another child here, Komitas, from our younger son Hallstein. Well, that's not so bad. So these two children were born, what, one day apart from each other? You were born on, did it say what day here? June 13th. And when was your cousin born? Born on June 7th. So yeah, 5 days apart. And our own daughter here was born on the 30th of May. So 3 children that are 3 cousins, all, well, 2 cousins and an aunt, I suppose, all born right around the same time. Interesting family dynamics there, but looks like our allies are successfully doing some sieging down, which is perfect. We're going to take this War Profiteer perk here because that's going to give us a nice little bonus here while we are at war. Ting meets are a necessary chore for any decent Jarl, with all of the free men in the area turning up to discuss local affairs, market, and jostle for this privilege or that. As to be expected with such large gatherings, they have a way of turning heated, and this Ting is no exception. I struggle to follow the details through all the yelling, but it seems as though men from Constanza are protesting their innocence in a spate of drunken arsons in Mestembria. The people of Constanza are right, or perhaps we could do both indeed, otherwise occupied. We could distract them. Levy reinforcement rate wouldn't be great. Or they'll tire themselves out eventually. Supported at the Ting. Levy size, Mestembria popular opinion. I think they'll tire themselves out eventually. We won't worry about this. We're probably drunk anyways. That's just the way of things. Oh, looks like we just captured that just in time. Oh, we're gonna have to go and take the enemy capital here. And here we go with Katyako and our murder that was continuing against her. 95% chance. Now, obviously, you'll remember in the last episode, she murdered our assassin with a candlestick. Just beat the guy to death and had no, nothing against just destroying him with a brass candlestick. It was a messy scene, according to all reports. This time we're going to try something different. We're going to go with a poison this time, and I think that this may be a little bit more effective. Hopefully, we shall see. But we're going to try poison in this time. Countess Katyako is dead, killed by the wine she loved so much. My agents slipped the poison into her goblet and watched it dissolve without a trace. Only when her throat swelled shut did she realize something was wrong, but by then it was far too late. Fortunately, my agents slipped out well before the effects of the poison revealed that something was afoot. So we get away with the murder of Countess Katyako, and that puts our sister, her mother, Countess Katyako, the other one, in charge. And we like our sister. We have a close relation with her, so that's going to be a little bit more effective. We do need a new steward, and our sister is very, very good at that job. And I think we're going to get her to promote culture. I would like to continue to spread the Nordvina culture here throughout our land. That would be ideal. We'll look at the details of that previous battle, but nothing really of extraordinary interest in that. We are going to be engaging in another small battle here, or we would have if they had stuck around to get annihilated by our Nordvina warriors. Looks like our allies are finally gonna go for Brela to try to siege it down, so we might actually end up winning this war. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the great deal he struck with a fancy lady in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of the local wetlands for an unknown noblewoman. The spies think the lady must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Indeed, I think that we will... Well, we could put him in our dungeon. Who are you? Technically, he did... Well, he didn't do anything wrong, really. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I don't think we have any particular reason to kill him or anything of that nature. We're gonna free our allies' capital here. There we go, that turns things around quite a bit. We'll go siege down Brela, I suppose, since our allies just refuse to do it unless they're going for it now. Doesn't seem so. Alright, we'll take the wargle. That's fine. My spy master came to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my kinswoman Unir. That's sad, but I'm not particularly concerned. Looks like our allies are successfully fighting off the enemy army there. The carps. If it is a pond for carps you are interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lord. The builder before me has good credentials, and my courtiers seem very excited about the project. Stop wasting my time. You'll have all the resources you need. We have a lot of money. Is that truly the best deal you can give? I think we could get a better deal on this carps. Indeed, we make a great deal. We pay 70 and we get the carps. And every good lord needs a lot of carp. I think that's a given, really. Anything we can do here? We can ransom from a young girl. That's fine. And looks like our allies are chasing down the enemy army. We're going to finish off this siege here. And I think that should really turn things fairly significantly into the favor of our allies here. There we go. We got some money from it too. Perfect. We captured the Countess's sister. Can we ransom her? Oh, well, we sent her a gift in prison. Well, that's what happens when you do things a little quick. You know, I'm imagining that perhaps some agents of hers, while trying to break her out, ended up robbing us of some of our money. So that's a little unfortunate. I'm not gonna go and fix that in the editor because it's only 50. That's not a big deal. Is what it is. Sometimes mistakes are made in the course of playing this game. Now, can we simply win this war? I would really like to win this war. We're not even going to get that much from it, but we haven't had to do that much either. A few fights. But... Oh, and look. My son wants to name his second son after me. Why not? That seems very kind of him to do so. The enemy does have a rather large army there. Today I received a report that some of my soldiers accidentally burst into the wrong person's house to make an arrest. It was an awkward situation all around. Pay that person a bit of money as an apology. At least nobody was hurt. Indeed, at least nobody was hurt. Bad luck or a ghost. Something's been off recently. I don't mean the major events that have been happening around my life. What I mean is, on a smaller scale, a more mundane scale, I feel as if things have been not going my way. It's the little things that stress me out, like misplaced items or how I bite my tongue by accident a lot these days. A priest I know happened to be staying in the area and concluded that my spate of bad luck is caused by a ghost of some sort who has been following me around. If there is indeed a ghost, it is hard to say whether it's genuinely malevolent or benevolent and unaware of the harm it is causing me. But I was told it needs to be dealt with through an exorcism if I am to be rid of its troubling presence. Okay, looks like we are haunted by a ghost. And if we want to rid ourselves of it, I've never seen this event before, we need to use a decision, exorcise the ghost following you. Then again, it might be unwise to provoke them. Interesting. I'm not sure about this, and yet I might have to. We are fickle. You know, I think let's exorcise this ghost. There are rumors that my recent spat of bad luck is due to the ghost. Indeed, you'll seek the aid of a priest to see if it is possible to exorcise it. Let's give it a try, I suppose. I meet with the priest who was recommended to me as an excellent exorcist. Of course, in exchange for such services, I must pay the exorcist a certain fee. One can only hope this ends well, though the exorcist tells me that we will have to be patient to see the results. We could pay a generous fee or a standard fee, or pay nothing at all. I imagine the standard fee will surely be enough. I was nervous about it all, but it seems like the Exorcist did a proper job. Whatever the Exorcist did, it worked. Things seem to be going better with my life now. As if the ghost was never really there to cause any sort of ruckus. Assuming there was one in the first place. So we lose our haunted by a ghost trait. That, was it really there? You know, who's to say? But we certainly believed that it was, and now we believe that it is not. Thanks to the work of that excellent exorcist. Good job. Alright, well, can we free this place? And 82%. I mean, our allies... I don't really want to just... War is just taking forever. Like, I'm happy to assist my allies, but... You know, I don't want to just continuously deal with this situation. Huh. Neo-Finnish, a divergent culture of Norse. Interesting. Fair enough. I suppose that's probably somewhere up here. Neo-Finnish. Huh. It's actually a very large portion here. Sami Norse. Huh. So we got some interesting divergent cultures going on there. We're gonna just continue to siege this. Ah, there we go. Alright, finally our allies did what they needed to do. We are gonna take this trait because we want to go down all the way to avaricious. Because we certainly are avaricious. And there we go. Finally this war is... Or it would have been done if we had managed to... Okay, well... Looks like our army is actually going to get caught in these mountains here. And we might lose this fight. Sadly, our allies don't seem to be joining us. I'm going to try to retreat here. Yeah, there we go. We lost that fight. Luckily no deaths or anything. We managed to pull our forces away, but that's an unfortunate turn of events. Let's just go and we'll bring our troops back. Our allies can finish this war, honestly. I don't think that they can ask us any more than we have already done. And we're in a good mood, honestly, even though our forces just suffered a crushing defeat. Probably because we don't have a ghost following us anymore. So, that is good news. Alright, they're sieging down Brela. There we go. Finally, back to 100%. And we shall hopefully... There we go. Finally. Thank you. Thank you, my friend, for dealing with that situation. Countess Sophia becomes Duke Simeon's vassal. We share a little bit of prestige. We barely got any benefit, but we did assist our ally, and that is pretty important. We do not betray our allies here, even though we are something of a betrayer. You don't want to be known as a betrayer, though. My niece Elena has been showing signs of pregnancy for some time now. And it seems as though the father is actually High Chieftain. Oh my gosh, cheating on your husband, Elena? Terrible. Now everyone knows. She's not our daughter, though. Building up some more money. That is good. It's just back and forth, this thing. I'm not really too concerned about who's the dynasty head right now. I'm gonna build up our walls and towers here in this province. And I think we're gonna build some wetland farms in the city of Tulcha. Looks like our liege is still kicking. 63 years old. He is infirm, an adulterer, drunkard, melancholic. He's got to be dead. He's got to be dying soon now. Poor health. Mushrooms of immortality. What? Health medium boost. Life expectancy 5 years. Damn. Pretty good. Can you share some of those? Apparently not. Speak of the devil, and he shall come calling. Basileus Eustachios the drunkard has passed away at 64 years of age, drank himself to death, probably had a few too many of those mushrooms as well. And that now puts his son Basileus Theodoros on the throne. Well, Basileus's heir here, Prince Prokopios, is pretty slow and a 6-year-old child. What would happen if an accident were to happen to the Emperor? 75% chance. Well, that would be terrible, would it not? Would that not be just the worst thing that you could possibly imagine? I think it would. Can we can invite some agents here as well. Who would be willing to join us in such a scheme here? Countess Alexia, with a small bribe. Well, actually quite a large bribe. That would give us quite a big boost here. Indeed, I think we shall do so. Let us do that, and pretty much as immediately upon taking the throne, we start plotting to murder the Emperor. Because look, his sister, Princess Martha, has claims on the throne. If it's a question of her versus Prince Prokopios, the very slow 6-year-old child, I think the answer is obvious. We might be able to put Martha on the throne, and as you can see, Martha's son is a member of the Stjarna dynasty. Well, let's see what we can do about that, shall we? In the meantime, we don't want to let anything become known during the course of this, so we will simply have to continue to act as we would normally do in order to allay suspicion so that things do not come back to us. So to that end, we will go and pay homage to the Emperor and choose our homage gift. We don't have enough money to give. Increase obligations. Now we'll just demonstrate submission. I'm not going to pay money to an Emperor that is about to die. We did have a daughter. Let's name her Maria. Or a granddaughter, I should say. I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. Servants usher me into Basileus Theodoros' great hall in Constantinople, where he sits on his throne, waiting to hear my pledge. I kneel at the feet of my lord and pledge my many oaths of homage. With that, the ceremony is complete. I have nothing to offer my Basileus except my promise to faithfully serve as a vassal of the Empire. He bids me to arise and confirms his satisfaction along with my rights to the lands I rule in his stead. Excellent. He suspects nothing, though he probably honestly should. We can petition our liege as well for a council appointment. Indeed, let us petition the liege. I am escorted to the Basileus' throne room, where he beckons me to approach and address him. I elucidate the abilities, proven and otherwise, that make me a suitable candidate to be the Basileus' steward, requesting the position as his advisor. After listening to the speech, he smiles warmly and states, "Absolutely, vassal. I shall dispatch my agents immediately to take care of the matter." So we continue as the Basileus' steward, which is excellent, gives us a seat of power and that nice bonus to our money and a lot of other perks, and indeed will probably make things easier when it comes to murdering the Emperor. So let's let some time pass and let our scheme go to work. Indeed, as you can see, it's almost a guaranteed success. So let us see how things play out here. If anything happens in the meantime, we shall do so. Oh well, we lost our agent here. That's unfortunate. We still have a pretty good chance. Doesn't look like anyone's gonna join us now. That's unfortunate. But 86% chance is still a pretty good chance. Oh, actually somebody will join us. Who will it be? Let's scroll down here. Somebody right at the bottom. The mayor of Radesto. 117. I mean, it's gonna help. It's gonna help a little bit here. Adds 2 scheme power, but better success chance. So he's not very good at it, but he might be a helpful pawn. While traveling across the plains of the county of Silistra, I find a makeshift-looking stall by the side of the track. As I stop to take a look, a peasant by the name of Asbjorn jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small cross carvings he has myself. We could buy one, and we shall. I doubt this stall pays tax. Tear it apart. Or we could talk to him and learn about salesmanship. I think that we shall indeed tear it apart. This man clearly has not been paying his taxes. Indeed, we will make sure that he does. And he'll pay them to us directly. As you can see, scheme chance way back up, 97% chance, perfect. My daughter-in-law, Adrienne, has given birth to 2 daughters. This is Halstein's son, Martha, and Antipatra. Excellent. I mean, I'm fine with that. Twins. And one of them is quick. Excellent. May they both grow strong and wise. 6 more months until the Emperor suffers an unfortunate accident that has absolutely nothing to do with us, of course. Why would it? What benefit would we gain to the Emperor dying? Obviously, simply his son Prokopios would take the throne. That just seems obvious here. There's no need to pay any more money at the moment. Uh-oh. Mayor Nifon tells me that a local celebration in Byzantion is struggling with money. If it is held now, it would draw a lot of people, both high and low. Perfect opportunity for... Oh, okay. I mean, I'm happy with this. Even though we're already at that 95%, I want to make sure nothing goes wrong. I'm willing to pay whatever it takes to make sure that nothing goes wrong. We're going to continue down this perk tree. It does give us the sell titles decision, which is fine. That will essentially... I mean, we can extort our subjects. Why not? Let's get some money from extorting them. Extort our courtiers. Yeah. Courtier opinion. That's not a demand, but I do expect gifts. I mean... Yeah, let's get some money from our courtiers. With the recent upset among the peasants of Constantinople, one of my agents has presented a unique suggestion for taking care of Basileus Theodoros. With the coin in the right pockets and agitators on every corner, we could stage an entire riot while the Basileus is passing through the streets. Time for some good old-fashioned mob rule. I believe that something like this happened to an emperor historically during, what were they called? The Nika riots? Am I correct in that? Somebody can correct me in the comments. But I do believe that something like this may have happened before. Indeed, it's time for some good old-fashioned mob rule. Let's see. Can we deal with the emperors? And we did! The emperor is dead, beaten and trampled by his own subjects. Agitated peasants went wild seeing their liege riding through the streets and tore both him and several of his guards from their mounts, beating them to death. Many peasants were hanged, including my agitators, which means it cannot be traced back to me. Oh dear, what happened to the poor emperor? Basileus Theodoros is dead. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that Basileus Prokopios is now the emperor in name at least. But can we change that? Well, we might have some opportunities to do so. Indeed, we could create a claimant faction for Martha, for the Byzantine Empire. Start a claimant faction. Well, if we can gain some members, that would be ideal. Oh, you're close. You are very close. I can't force him to join the faction, but we might get some people joining just kind of naturally. Let's sway you over. Indeed, let us sway you. We'll try to start to sway some more people to our side, and hopefully, indeed, Zacharias is being posited as a potential heir as well. We might see a few of these. And they look like they have some power backing them. 6 members. I wish some of them would back our member, but probably people can see that it is indeed just a bold-faced power play on our own part. Well, we shall certainly look into that. I'm not really... I have bigger events going on dealing with this. Just throw this man in jail. I have no cares for that. I need to deal with this situation. And if we can get Martha on the throne, that will put a Byzantine emperor as a member of our dynasty in just one more generation. So that will be our goal in the next episode. Until then, thank you for watching.